people. Sammy Brown's cancer battle as family gathers around their rock. The Brown family is coming to terms with the reality that Tommy's battle against lung cancer is proving more difficult than thought. According to sources close to the Discovery Channel, which airs the show, the chemotherapy and radiation have been stopped by doctors because they aren't working. Advertisement. The Alaskan Bush People matriarch's battle is continued to go down, not up, and it is being reported that the Brown family is gathered around Tommy's deathbed at UCLA Medical Center. This is sad news indeed, if it is true. The Brown family nor Discovery Communications has released an official statement. Advertisement. The show is or was set to start filming in a few weeks, but according to reports Amy will not be part of the next season. There has been no talk of Amy filming this season, the source said. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, and there has been a delay already. Brown's chance of survival is not good considering she has late-stage lung cancer. Some estimate her chances are less than 5%, but doctors can be and often are wrong when they give these estimates. Worrying about it only makes it worse, she said in an earlier interview. There is hope, and that hope is having faith in God. You can't give up. I tell people be happy. Just be happy. It's a choice. Things can be hard and you just want to curl up, but you have to shine. This was a little drastic for strengthening. There are good days and bad days, for them and for me. But they handle their emotions pretty good. There are days that they have to talk about it and then talk about it again, said Brown. I have faith that they will remain strong. Daughter Rain has been posting on Instagram about staying strong with God but does not mention her beloved mother's struggles. Secret Service will be paying Anthony Borden a visit after what he just said about President Trump. It seems like you can't go 10 minutes these days without another celebrity saying something crazy about President Trump. Usually it's easy to just ignore them, but sometimes one of these self-important saps says something that warrants the attention of the public and law enforcement agencies. Maybe they weren't paying attention to what happened to Kathy Griffin after her disgusting stunt. Advertisement. The latest celebrity to jump on the bandwagon is celebrity chef Anthony Borden. This fellow knows how to cook a tasty meal, but he's also a real know-it-all jerk of epic proportions. Now, as Breitbart is reporting, Borden has gone a step too far and crossed the line in a huge way. Speaking to paparazzi outside LAX airport, Borden engaged on the topic of whether he would travel to North Korea to do a food show. The rogue state has recently been escalating aggression all over the place. Making a pretty sick joke to start, Borden said why bother doing that since everyone there is starving and has no food, and calling Kim Jong-un a chubby, evil little effer. Okay, so Borden isn't a big fan of North Korea. We can all relate to that, even if we don't joke at the expense of innocent North Koreans under the insane Kim Jong-un regime and their lack of access to food. Advertisement. So what about if he had to cater a dinner for President Trump? The TMZ reporter asked. What would he serve? Borden's answer shocked even the gossip rag reporter. Hemlock, Borden said, referring to a type of poison. This isn't Borden's first trip into crazy land. Last year he said he would absolutely effing not dine with Trump, even though he has dined with many controversial figures during his worldwide travel cooking shows. He also said that he would never eat at any Trump-owned restaurant or hotel. I have utter contempt for him, utter and complete contempt, Borden said of Trump in 2016. Regardless of his feelings, the law doesn't have a whole lot of patience for threats against the life of POTUS. Borden can enjoy a visit from Secret Service soon for being another creepy celebrity idiot who threatens President Trump. Why do you think so many of these celebrities hate President Trump so much? Watch the disgusting clip here. Joy Behar attacks Melania with filthy joke, gets voted most revolting celebrity in media. Goldberg attacks Melania Trump yet again during the joke of a program called The View. According to the Daily Caller, attacked Melania Trump during The View. She tried to say that the First Lady treated President Trump like a Zika virus carrier. Goldberg attacks Melania Trump during a panel session where they decided to go after Fox News. Fox News berated the losers for their interview Wednesday of Hillary Clinton. Advertisement. Whoopi Goldberg said that the Fox News website called The View hosts hypocrites for constantly discussing the marriage of Trump and Melania, but not the marriage of Bill and Hillary. The only headline that was discovered read, View co-hosts slam critics of Hillary Clinton's marriage but Trump-Melania relationship fair game. Clearly, as usual, they didn't see the interview, Goldberg said. Advertisement. They proceeded to play a clip of Hillary's interview where Sunny Hostin asked Hillary about a criticism that the Republicans have levied against her sham of a marriage. The panel all agreed that people should mind their business. Just for the record, one of the things that we commented on. Because we have never seen this before. Is a many married president, Goldberg explained as the reason they talk about the Trumps. Clearly, you've never seen the show or you would know that Joy has at times been relentless about Clinton's marriage. It's funny hearing them so hurt about Fox News. They actually care so much what Fox News thinks they practically cried about it. It's embarrassing for them. Yeah, because it's about adultery, Bear responded. That's one of the last things you can actually joke about in this country. Everything is so difficult to make a joke about. And just because Melania, she treats him like he has the Zika virus. That's comedy as far as I'm concerned. Of course, a whiny liberal named Sarah Haynes chimed in saying that women can have jobs without their husband's approval. No shit, Sherlock. Do you like The View? Ben Carson discovers easy way to heal America's political divisions. Ben Carson discovers a way to fix the political divide. On Wednesday, Ben Carson discussed the division and the efforts by President Trump to unify the nation. Ben Carson discovers the way to fix the division by giving a powerful statement about we all being in this together, Faith Family America reports. During an interview with ABC News, he talked about Trump being bipartisan and partnering with the Democrats for a debt limit bill. He said that he was shocked to hear the extremely negative response. Carson made it clear that the American public is allowing themselves to be manipulated into fighting each other. Advertisement. Carson said, I think a lot of the Americans that get caught up in this are decent people, but they've allowed themselves to be manipulated into believing that they're enemies and that they should hate each other, and that they should try to destroy each other, and this is exactly the wrong thing. Ben Carson is very happy that Trump showed his willingness to work with both sides. He said, because the fact of the matter is, we're all in the same boat, and if part of the boat sinks, the rest of us are going down, too. We need to start thinking more about the things that benefit all of us and get away from this partisanship. Advertisement. Carson proceeded to make sure that everyone was aware of the unified response to Hurricane Harvey. No one was worried about Democrat or Republican when people helped, all that mattered was the safety and well-being of Americans. He continued, discussing Trump's decision to include Democrats in the conversation. He said, if we go back and we just ask ourselves, what are we trying to accomplish? And then create something around that is centered primarily around patients and healthcare providers, I think we would do ourselves a great favor. I don't think that's a partisan issue. What do you think of Ben Carson? Trump laughs as hurricane victim turns and asks media cold-blooded question about Obama. In the midst of Hurricane Irma, President Trump and First Lady Melania have been doing their part to help out Florida residents and praising the efforts of first responders. Now Independent Journal Review is reporting a story about a situation where a victim of Hurricane Irma stood up against the fake news media and made President Trump laugh in the process. Advertisement. While serving food and handing out water to Hurricane Irma survivors in Fort Myers, Florida, the President, First Lady and VP Mike Pence made conversation with a number of victims, many of whom also turned out to be big Trump supporters. One man was dressed in a Red Patriots t-shirt and struck up a conversation with the president, whispering a comment in his ear. President Trump smiled and gestured to the news cameras. "This man has a question," he informed them. The man definitely did. He asked the gathered media, where was Obama on the last hurricane? Advertisement. Where were both the Obamas in the last hurricane? That's a very good question. President Trump and the man talked further out of range of the microphones, and then Trump reported what the man had said. "It was the best vote of his life," Trump explained. During the whole encounter, CNN hosts chattered and tried to ignore the fact that their idol Obama is not perfect, and many people know it. What do you think about this man's comment? Is he right or what? Watch here. Melania Trump stuns Florida hurricane victims by serving them food and looking great doing it. President Trump and First Lady Melania have been in Florida today in response to the devastation of Hurricane Irma. POTUS and FLOTUS touched down and were welcomed by Florida Governor Rick Scott and his wife, Senator Marco Rubio, VP Mike Pence, and the head of FEMA Brock Long. Trump thanked the heroes of the Coast Guard and FEMA who have saved many lives. Advertisement. People thought thousands and thousands of people may have their lives ended, and the number is a very small number, which is a great tribute to you, Trump said, praising the job you've done in saving people and saving lives. The president also said that work to restore Florida's electrical grid and power is way ahead of schedule. Trump also praised Rubio for his strong response to Hurricane Irma and said Governor Scott has made such a good impression by his response to the monster storm that he should consider challenging Florida Democrat Bill Nelson for the U.S. Senate in 2018. Advertisement. Trump said extra attention is being paid to the Florida Keys, where around 90% of homes got damaged. POTUS and FLOTUS also visited Naples, Florida, where Trump told victims, "We are there for you 100%. But the First Lady was the one who really touched hearts in Naples. Before even touching down, FLOTUS tweeted out the video of the devastation, expressing her commitment to Floridians. Before touching down in Naples, air tour of hurricane damage. There is much work to be done, but America is with you, Florida." On the ground, the president and Melania along with VP Pence handed out food and spoke with survivors. Standing with her husband, Melania helped hand out food to Hurricane Irma survivors and had a kind word and a smile for everyone, including letting them take selfies with her and President Trump. Trump said he will be back numerous times to Florida and plans to possibly visit the U.S. Virgin Islands next week. Melania Trump serves food to victims of Hurricane Irma. Aren't you proud of our president and First Lady? Trey Gowdy makes James Comey choke on his eggs with new plan to deal with Comey's scandals. GOP Representative Trey Gowdy said today that he wants James "Showboat" Comey to get his rear end back in front of Congress and start providing some answers. Gowdy said there is sufficient factual basis to investigate why James Comey made the decision to let Hillary off the hook. Advertisement. Correct, America wants answers. Trey went on Fox News and gave Comey the news he has long been dreading. There is sufficient factual basis to bring him in and ask him, "When did you make up your mind that you weren't going to charge Secretary Clinton?" I can tell you because I've seen with my own eyes he made up his mind before he interviewed her. How far back, whether it was 2 weeks or 2 months, quite frankly is immaterial to me. He did it before he interviewed the last witness. According to the Daily Caller, former prosecutor Trey informed Fox of the rules of investigation. Mainly you hold off on any conclusions until all evidence and witnesses have been reviewed, something Comey clearly didn't do. Advertisement. If there's anything that's axiomatic in investigations, it's that you don't make up your mind until you interview the last witness. It is beyond dispute that he made up his mind not to charge Secretary Clinton before he interviewed her. There's no question about that. What my friends in the Senate have uncovered is he may well have made up his mind before he interviewed the last dozen witnesses, Gowdy said. Gowdy didn't completely agree with Sarah Huckabee Sanders' comments yesterday that Comey was guilty as all get out. Alleging criminal violations is very serious, which is why I don't do it. Press secretaries don't get to make that call. Members of Congress don't get to make that call. Reporters don't get to make that call. That's an executive branch function after an investigation. A charging decision is made by a career prosecutor, he said. If it's that clean and clear, I'm sure she, Sanders, referred it to the Department of Justice. How in the world my fellow citizens can have confidence in an investigation where you reached a conclusion before you even gather all the facts and all the evidence is stunning, Gowdy added.